Hey, what is up, guys? I am live. We are live. I told you I'd be back. I told you, we had a little bit of a break recently, but I am back and ready to go after the CCP once more. And yeah, we have a good one for you today. Man, this is just some real shocking stuff that I've just been binging lately, not even binging, just looking at and finding more and more videos from this guy. You'll see in a bit. You will see. But first, let me just welcome a few of you in the chat. I can see we have Headley, we have Barry. I can see Mike is in there as well. Whoa, you guys are having a proper conversation in there, huh? Jesus Christ. I'll have to catch up on that later. But welcome to the live stream, guys. I hope you're all doing well. So let me just load up my screen here and we jump straight into it. Got to start off with something else, but we'll get into the main topic soon. Where is it? Here it is. What is it doing? No? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Right. Let's have a look. All right. First of all, I just wanted to highlight this very quickly. Um, we've probably all heard about the story of Wang Wang. If you have been living under a rock, then you probably haven't heard this story. And if you don't really follow the China news, you probably haven't heard this story anyway, but why you would be watching this live stream if you don't follow the China news would be beyond me. But so Wang Wang is a dog who was brutally murdered by some Chinese youths somewhere in China. Now, I watched the video of this dog and what these boys did to this dog, and it was disgusting. And I wouldn't recommend anybody watching it. But when I watched it, although I was sickened and disgusted, I definitely wasn't surprised. Having lived in China for such a long time, I know that there are absolutely no rules to protect animals over there. And basically, animals don't have any rights. They're treated like shit. Okay, yeah, so there are some people who love animals in China, obviously, but generalizing here, like they will eat pretty much any animal. They won't be too fussed about kicking a dog. You see all sorts of messed up stuff. If you care about animals, like if you greatly care about animals, China is the wrong place for you to go to. I have lots of personal stories. Like I remember once I went to this little night market type thing, and they had these key rings, and in the key rings were live fish, live turtles, just inside this key ring in a little bit of water. It will last for a couple of days and then it will die. They had these little chicks that they painted, spray painted, all different colors, just some disgusting stuff. And yes, they do eat dogs. They absolutely do eat dogs. If you go to China, you will see dog meat restaurants everywhere. They eat dogs. And if people tell you that they don't eat dogs in China, that is absolute bullshit. And even when they say, oh no, but it's special dogs that have been bred for the purpose of being eaten, just like a cow, just like a pig. No, it's not true. I even got suckered by that at one point, and I was spreading that bullshit propaganda. But you will see people go out on the streets, steal somebody's dog, just any old dog, doesn't even matter what breed it is. Somebody's pet dog will just get snatched up from the street. The next week, it ends up at a dog meat restaurant on the menu. So if you love animals, you're not going to have a great time in China. And I remember once I was outside China's embassy in London, and there was this animal rights group there, these people who want to protect cats, and they were out protesting against the CCP's um, lack of animal welfare. And They were expecting the embassy staff to come out and address them. It was really delusional. Because, and I keep saying this to them, and I will say it over and over again, but the CCP doesn't give a shit about human rights. Do you really think they're going to give a crap about animal rights? Come on. The only way to get animal rights in China and human rights is to get rid of the CCP. Don't expect them to do anything. But this whole Wang Wang thing has gone really viral all around the world. It has highlighted how awful China's animal welfare laws are, which, well, there are none. So, how awful it is that animals are treated like this in China. It's really put China under the spotlight, and the CCP cannot stand this. So, in some ways, perhaps it will make them change. But honestly, I just think that they'll just keep trying to censor it over and over again, which is what they always do when there's a problem. Just try and sweep it under the rug, try and censor it, try and block all access to it. But they cannot block people here in the UK, people in America, people all over the world talking about this and highlighting just how awful it is for animals in China. So, anyway, there's this Global Action Day, Justice for Wang Wang, which was the dog that got severely beaten, burned alive. Disgusting shit. So, apparently, you can, let me just get it bigger. So, you can, on August on 2026, there's going to be a global action day for Wang Wang and for the cats of China who have suffered cruelty and abuse. We invite supporters everywhere to take part in our global Voice for Change campaign. So apparently, they're asking people to record a short video saying justice for Wang Wang, justice for the cats of China. You can submit your video by the 27th of August 2026. Now, I'm not expecting you guys to do it because I'm not going to do it. I will do my own thing for the animals in China. I'll find my own way of doing it. But if you are that way inclined and you would like to support this, then you can. The person's email address is up there on the screen. They have a Proton email, which means they could be up to some dodgy shit. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Every time I see Proton, though, I'm like, yeah, it's very secure, but it's just a weird one. Anyway, they have this email here in the black there. You can see it. And yeah, you can get justice for Wang Wang. Hopefully, this will make the CCP squirm because it's always fun to see the CCP squirming some more. And hopefully, it will encourage some kind of change in China. But like I've said, the only way to get that change is to absolutely just get rid of the CCP altogether. It's not going to change. You're not going to change the CCP. They'll just find some other way to censor it, some other way to block the news from getting out. They already do a pretty good job of that, but they'll probably find a better way, and this will probably spur them on to do it. But hopefully, like I said, it makes them squirm. Hopefully, we'll see that happen. Anyway, have a look at this. Like, I can't show you that Wang Wang video. I can't really show you any animal cruelty videos, really. Not serious ones, not the serious ones, because YouTube is a rather sensitive and fickle little website, isn't it? It probably won't allow that. This video will probably get blocked, removed, all kinds of things, which is a shame because I think these videos do need to be shown, without censorship. But I do have one video that I thought would probably be okay to show you because it's not extreme animal torture, but it just shows you how a lot of people in China view animals. So have a look at this. So the setup is it's a little in China you get a lot of these street vendors just rock up, they put a stool on the side of the road or a little game on the side of the road. It's completely illegal in China for people to do this, by the way, like set up a stool because the security guards will just come along and they'll just completely wreck it, completely trash it. So a lot of these people, they need to make money because they're desperate to make money. So they will risk doing something like this just to make a little bit of side change, I guess, a little bit of money, And they've got this little stool. It's like a little game. It's one of those games where you throw the hoop onto something and you win it, right? But it looks like the object of the game is to throw the hoop onto the dog. And it's disgusting. Have a look. Look, and there's children there. They're literally encouraging the children to throw this on the dog. It's pretty sick, man. Pretty sick. So there is no regard for animal welfare in China. And yeah, if you want, you can go on to X. If you go onto X, you'll find lots of videos, including that Wang Wang video on there. You'll find a lot of videos like that. So you should check it out. You should check it out if you have the stomach for it. Let's put it that way, because that Wang Wang video, man, like that almost made me cry when I saw that. It was so fucking disturbing. Oh my god. And I'm not a squeamish guy by any means, but that was fucking disgusting. And I cannot believe that these boys did that. And I know sick shit happens here in the UK, happens all over the world, but man, at least there are consequences, and people would not condone that kind of behavior. It's sick. And let's just clear it, get this straight. People in China also were fucking offended by that video and thought it was sick. But it's the Chinese government that wants to try and cover it all up. And that just makes me really mad. Brings my piss to a boil. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so we have this guy, his Douyin account, his TikTok account, Douyin is China's TikTok, is 来自中国台湾省的小 Yuan. Okay, so Xiao Yuan from Taiwan province, China. This guy is a content creator. Now, I say that word loosely because his content is absolutely whack, but he's from Taiwan and he's very active on these short video social media platforms in China, like Douyin, like Xiaohongshu, which is Little Red Book. And he has gotten a lot of attention and sparked a lot of online discussion for his videos focusing on what he would call cross-strait relations, which is basically just another way of saying the invasion of Taiwan. Okay, he really supports the reunification of Taiwan into China, Chinese unification, which is absolute bollocks. Okay, Taiwan has never been a part of the People's Republic of China. Okay, he's born and raised in Taiwan, and he travels extensively between Taiwan and mainland China. And he actually has an official People's Republic of China Taiwan residence permit for his work that he does in the mainland. Okay, I wonder how he got that. So it's just really, really weird because this guy is from Taiwan, and I cannot fathom why there would be somebody from Taiwan who would do this. So you can't see any pictures. Hold on. Really? Why? It's on the screen. Oh dear. I'll have to load that back up. God damn it. It's not going well today, is it? Okay, can you see it now? You should be able to see it now. Okay, so this guy is from Taiwan. Let me put the English version up there. Oop, we've got our dog again. Yeah, there we go. Can you see that now? I hope you can see that now. Okay, so this guy focuses on what his deluded idea of cross-strait relations, okay? And his idea of cross-strait relations is basically just completely kowtowing to China, completely giving up everything that Taiwan has worked for to the CCP and just accepting the CCP's position on Taiwan and just hoping that the CCP will one day invade Taiwan so he can become a Chinese citizen. That is basically what this guy is calling for. And he is just so freaking strange. I cannot believe that this guy exists in Taiwan. It's very hard to believe that there is a little pink in Taiwan that supports the CCP, right? But there are quite a few of them actually. And if you ever go to Taiwan, you will bump into some of them. I've even met some of them on the streets in London where there was one dude. I wouldn't say he was necessarily a little pink, but he was very worried about being on my video because he has business interest in China. And it's just, it's so weird, man. It really is weird. I don't get it at all. I mean, yeah, sure. China is the biggest, like, factory of the world, right? And a lot of business happens there. But why anybody from Taiwan would want to do that to a country that is threatening to invade you and take away and just destroy your way of life and take away everything that you've worked so hard for, you know? Like the people of Taiwan have so much freedom compared to the people in China. Why would you want to go be ruled by China? It just doesn't make sense to me. It's ridiculous. Taiwanese people have free healthcare. They can vote in elections. They can openly criticize their government and government policies without worrying about going to prison. They have same-sex marriage. It's a very open society. Just so many things that Taiwan has worked really hard to achieve over the last 30 odd years since they, finally sort of properly democratized. And now you've got the CCP coming wanting to invade, and you've got this idiot, and I'm going to call him an idiot, and look at some of the stuff that he does. I really want you to just see this guy and just see how ridiculous it is, because when I first saw him, I wasn't sure if this was some dumb parody or not. You really, really just need to see it to believe it. Like, have a look at this. Like, and tell me that this guy isn't a fucking idiot. Excuse my French.
让我拿到最自豪的证件——台湾居民居住证。小袁因为常常往返两岸，被祖国的传统文化、人文风情跟历史底蕴等等给深深的吸引，所以小袁决定办这张证件，让我可以更方便的穿梭祖国的各个大街小巷，透过短视频的方式，可以将祖国的所有样貌分享给台湾的亲朋好友们。希望他们不要再被媒体给蒙蔽了。两岸一家亲，加油！
All right, I just want to take it back there. What did he say?
大街小
Sorry, just give me a sec. This guy is referring to himself in the third person, by the way. Like, what a fucking idiot.
居民居住证，小袁因为常常
Okay, he's deeply attracted by the traditional
往返两岸，被祖国的传统文化、人文风情跟
cultural customs and historical heritage of the motherland. So he's referring to China. What, you mean all of the culture and like historical heritage that was wiped out by the Chinese Communist Party? I've always said, and I'll stand by my words, if you want to see traditional Chinese culture and historical heritage of China, then you should absolutely go to Taiwan, not to the mainland. This guy already has all of this in Taiwan. What is he talking about? This guy's a muppet.
更方便的穿梭祖国的各个大街小巷，透过短视频的方式，可以将祖国的所有样貌分享给台。
This is basically his introduction video, yeah. Telling his like he's just going for those nationalists. He's trying to stoke up the nationalism in China and get views that way make some money off of it, idiot.
台湾的亲朋好友们，希望他们不要再被媒体给蒙蔽了。两岸一家亲，加油！郑丽文。
Okay, here he is talking about Chung Li-wen. If you don't know who that is the leader of the KMT, that woman with really bad teeth. She's the leader of the opposition party in Taiwan, and the opposition party, the KMT, are pretty much pro-China and pro-keeping the status quo going. And they really recently have been cozying up to China a lot. So, yeah. Chung Li-wen, you have let us down so much. Okay, why?
主席，你让我们太失望了，
太失望了。
Sorry, but I'm sorry to say this, and it's probably sounds horrible, but these guys look like they're in a special needs class or something. Like, I know that's horrible, but yeah, man, they look like they have some learning difficulties. Let's just say that.
Hello， 大家好，我是中国台湾省的小袁。最近非常多的同胞问我关于郑丽文主席捐款给日本100万新台币的看法。小袁在这边只想说3个字：日本人他不配！不要说100万，哪怕1块钱，我把它烧了，甚至把它丢了，都绝对不可能给日本人，因为我们勿忘国耻，
勿忘国耻，
两岸一家亲。谢谢大家，
两岸一家亲。
National humiliation. I mean, pretty sure Japan got pretty humiliated in the Second World War as well, Just saying. Jesus.
两岸一家亲。
Hello， 大家好，我是中国台湾省的。
Yeah, look at them, man. Like, they look like window lickers or something. I don't know. Just
小袁现在加入了2位新伙伴，自我介绍一下。
Hello 啦，我是中国台湾省分享哥。Hello， 我是中国台湾省阿伦。
最近小袁呢，在台湾本岛遭受到了非常多的诋毁、
a lot of defamation in Taiwan proper.
侮辱以及恐吓。小袁在这边想要跟这些青鸟讲，我是不可能向你们低头妥协的。更应该感到害怕的是你们这些青鸟，我们都是堂堂正正的中国人，也欢迎台湾省志同道合的朋友加入我们的行列。
I think he's referring to the bluebirds, who are the pro-democracy, more DPP, Democratic Progressive Party voters.
两岸一家亲。
Oh wow, that's a great pause. That should have been the thumbnail, actually. So they're hoping for more supporters from Taiwan to join them. Man, I really don't think after seeing that anybody's going to particularly want to join them,
祖国的同胞们，行列。 两岸一家亲，祖国的同。
Yeah. What was the bluebird movement, though? Was it the bluebird movement? I think that's what he was talking about. The bluebird, the bluebird movement. That was like all of the people who were against the KMT and the TPP coalition, right? That was like in 2024, a lot of people joined together, including some of these famous YouTubers in Taiwan. I think it was pretty much led by that Bajong guy. You should check him out if you don't know who he is. But yeah, I think when he said the Qingniao, I think he means like the bluebird movement. So maybe the translation was a little bit off there. So right now, he's at a night market in Taiwan, shouting with it. I'm surprised he didn't get punched. Like, I'm not going to say that's a good thing to do, to go up and punch him, but he's waving China's flag, shouting about how great the CCP is and how great China is. in the middle of a Taiwan night market.
中立夜市准备了哦，东方红，太阳升，中国出了个毛泽东，他为人民谋幸福，不还有，他是人民大救星。台湾省永远是中国不可分割的一部分。Hello， 大家好，我是中国台湾省的小袁。对，没错，我从祖国回来台湾省打螺丝，继续存钱，准备存到钱了，再到祖国拍摄美好的风景，给台湾省的兄弟姐妹们观看。感谢祖国同胞这阵子的照顾，两岸一家亲，谢谢各位同胞们的支持。
Oh man. Can you believe this guy? Can you believe how brazen this guy is to actually go to a night market in Taiwan and start singing this communist song about Mao Zedong and shouting about how great China is with his China t-shirt, waving China's flag? It's insane. It's insane. I mean, you know, he's lucky he's actually Taiwanese, because I feel like if he was actually from China, he probably wouldn't get away with doing that. But because he's Taiwanese, he actually has the freedom to go and do that. It's really absurd. It's really absurd. And like I said, guys, like, and I'm pretty sure you might be thinking it too. Like, when you first saw that, you probably thought, is this some sort of weird parody? You know, if you just saw that without me explaining any of it, would you have thought that that was like some weird parody and this guy is just satirically taking the piss? It seems like it, right? I just cannot believe that this guy exists. And it goes to show you, doesn't it, that Taiwan is completely different from China. Because first of all, you wouldn't have this idiot calling for reunification. If the two countries were already unified, there would be no need for reunification. So that is evidence enough. But also, if the roles were reversed and this was a Chinese guy talking about how great Taiwan was, waving Taiwan's flag in China, asking for Taiwan to invade China and the Taiwanese government to take over China, this guy wouldn't last 2 freaking seconds. He just wouldn't last 2 seconds. He'd be gone. He would be disappeared for life. So it just goes to show you the freedom in Taiwan and how the people are accepting of this kind of thing. He's doing that in the open, in a night market, on a street in Taiwan, and nothing happened to him at all. The only thing that's happened is he's getting ridiculed online by people like me, but he's also getting praised online from the other side, from the people who support the CCP. So it's just insane. But like I've said, it shows you how completely different Taiwan is from China, and how accepting they are, and how free you can be in Taiwan, and how you can do stuff like this and you can get away with it. Because like I said, he did that in China. It is game over, guys. Anyway, let me know in the comments, in the chat or whatever, what do you guys think about him? Barry said, his voice grates me for sure. Yeah, it really does. It's annoying as hell, isn't it? It's really freaking annoying. Everyone gave him his space like he's a bad egg. Yeah, they probably thought, this guy's nuts. This guy's insane. We need to avoid him. We just need to walk away from him. He's got way more videos than I've shown you, by the way. I've only shown you a select few that I just found. But you can go and have a look at him. I'm sure if you do a search for his name, if you're interested, you can go and find more videos about him. But yeah, he's an annoying guy. Really annoying. Really annoying. I mean, like you said, his voice is great, on you. His voice is even worse than mine, right? And people might say, well, you go around with Taiwan's flag in the UK. And that is true. That is true. Because I support Taiwan, and I support the freedom and the democratic way of life in Taiwan. I do not walk around showing my support for an authoritarian regime. I guess I would be crusty if I did that, right? Yeah, guys. So anyway, that is all I have for today's stream. I'm going to try and keep these streams under an hour or as short as possible because I think it's just better that way. I think these like 1 hour streams are not suitable for me or for my audience, to be honest with you guys. So I'm going to end the stream here, but I will take a minute to read some messages. But it looks like some of you are not commenting, so that's fine too, I guess. Let me see. Click all night. Hey, Lewis, ChatGPT says you can approve me in chat to get me off your potential spam list. I'm paying you to try. I don't even know how I'm going to do that, mate. Like, what? I don't know. There's no option to approve you. You're actually there. You're not in the spam list. It says I can add you as a moderator, but I'm not going to do that because I don't have any mods on this channel. I just do it myself, and I'd rather that was always the case because I don't want anybody else to be able to delete comments. Even if I trust them, I just don't want that. No, there's nothing on there that would say approve, which is weird. So yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I checked that, and there's nothing there on the three dots. On the three dots, it has buy your own super chat, channel activity, go to channel, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, or add as moderator. But people can see you. Like, I know because people can actually see your comments, right? Everybody, can you see Click All Night's comments in the chat? Yeah, sorry, mate. I just don't know. But thanks for the donation. But next time you just send me a message on Patreon and I'll properly look into it. But I don't know what could have been happening. Yeah, you see, Barry can see you, so that means I could never see Click All Night until today. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what could potentially be happening there. YouTube is rather strange sometimes, right? Oh, by the way, my silver play button still hasn't arrived. It said it was supposed to arrive today, but it didn't. So I'm guessing it's gone. It's missing. It's MIA, missing in action. Hidden from top chat. All right. Yeah, you can change the top there to live chat and yeah, and top chat. But I don't know, man. Like, I guess maybe at the start of every stream, I suppose I could pin a comment saying change that. Yeah, that might work. So maybe at the start of the stream, I'll like pin a comment in the chat saying please change to live chat rather than top chat. You know what? That's stupid, right? That top chat thing should not be the default. It should be live chat as the default, and you should change it to top chat if you only want to see that. That is ridiculous. And on YouTube as well now, instead of like the default being to see all of the comments on your video in the studio, the default now is like you can see the most relevant comments, but how do they know what the most relevant freaking comments are? It pisses me off. You have to click newest to see all of the newest comments. It's really fucking annoying. Yeah, well, I've got the email from them. I've ordered it. and all of that stuff. So it's on the way, and they said it was getting delivered today. It's coming from the US, but I think it might be held up or something. So I'll check later, but hopefully I'll get it soon in the next couple of days. And I might even do another live stream on my Taiwan channel to sort of like open the box and reveal the silver play button. So that should be cool. Yes, it is, mate. Creative tickets. God, man. It's impossible to get anything done on Google. Yes, mate. You're always on the top. Yeah, I might just not do the video, just do it live. Might be better. I don't know. Maybe a video though might be better. I don't fucking know. I'll just do a live probably. Like I don't want to really make such a big deal out of it, really, because it's not that big a deal. I mean, it's cool and everything, but I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, like every YouTuber. Oh, look at how cool I am with my silver play button. Whoa. You know what I mean? But yeah, I might just do a live stream about it. Could be fun. Alrighty, guys. Do we have anything else to say, or can I go now? Oh, look, we've got more. What's this about tariffs? I must have missed that. Yeah, I'll just wait for a few more chats to come in, if we get any. That's true as well. That is true. It's pretty cool. I think it's an achievement for me. I mean, I'm by no means like, God, I don't even know what I want to say these days. I'm starting losing the ability to talk. I'm not trying to play it down or anything. I do think it's cool, but I don't know. I just don't want to turn it into a big deal and make out that that's all I care about on this channel is getting a silver play button. You know what I mean? Oh, it's possible, mate. It's possible. The way the world is going at the moment, right? I'm just glad that it wasn't shipped from China. That's all I care about. Because if it was shipped from China, there might be like a fucking explosive device in the box or something. You know what I mean? Oh dear. It's funny. It's funny. Unboxing video will be fun. Yeah, it will. I wanted to I might take it with me to like one of the protests or something and get some photos with like my buddies from Hong Kong and Tibet and all of that sort of thing with the silver play button. Because that'd be cool. Maybe I'll get a photo with Krusty. He helped me get there as well. I'm not forgetting about Krusty. He got me some subscribers, I'm sure of it. Now, were they subscribing for him or were they subscribing to see him get ripped? Well, I think I'll leave it up to you to decide that one. But yeah. The play button could be evidence for Taiwanese independence. If it arrives, we need it to arrive first, then it will be the evidence we need. Yeah, but I'll try and do like an unboxing video or something. Or a live stream. I haven't decided yet. I'll wait until I get it to see. But yeah, it's cool anyway. I'm coming up to Glasgow, bud. Yeah, we'll have to see, my friend. I just know that it's kind of expensive to get there, really. It is kind of expensive. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, I would like to go there. I think it would be cool to make a video. Although I feel like in Glasgow I'll get my head kicked in. I'd be like, that ain't the Scottish flag, you dick. That ain't fucking St. Andrew, you bellend. you wee gobshite, and they'll knock me out or something, you know? So I'm a little bit wary of doing these videos outside of London at the moment, just because of like recent events. You know, I've explained it all already. You get what I mean. But Krusty, he is going to hate you for the rest of his life. That's fine. I don't have any problem with him, you know. Like when he was like calling me a homosexual, that was just ridiculous. It was pathetic. It really was pathetic because it's got nothing to do with anything. It doesn't have anything to do with like the debate around China or anything like that. So he's just trying to be an idiot, I think, and I think he knows that. He's trying to get me on the defensive. What he wanted from that interaction was for me to go, "I'm not gay." You know what I mean? Like, what an idiot if he thinks that that is going to be an annoying statement to make about somebody. And then, like, when I said, "Oh well, you know, I'm not homosexual, but whatever," and he was like, "I remain to be convinced," like I'm seeking approval from the guy wearing the gimp mask and with the China flag draped around him. Like I would want to seek any approval from that fucking lunatic. So yeah, he hates me probably. I don't hate him. I feel sorry for him. I kind of pity him. I think he's an absolute loser, an absolute idiot of a human being. I'm surprised he's even human, you know, because like he's just man. Come into a protest like with people who have been like their lives have been ruined by the CCP, like these Hong Kongers, and then come in and fucking blasting the Chinese national anthem and, you know, holding a sandwich board with like all of these horrible things written on it. Oh man, he's just disgusting. Yeah, disgusting. If you did those impressions, you probably would. Aye, lad, I'd probably get chipped in the new. You are listening to what? Yeah, dude. Glasgow, I'm just not sure about it, man. Yeah, I think like I don't care what his sexual orientation is, his sexual preference. I do not give a shit. It really has nothing to do with it. But if he's going to start talking about that, he really is like quite an effeminate man, isn't he? Like, you know, with his like high-pitched voice and his mannerisms and everything. So yeah, he's it's just funny, man. Ah dear, Krusty. He tries. He tries. Where's Mike? Oh, there he is. Yep, Mike in the house. Yeah, he probably is projecting. He probably is. He just he knows that he'll get like destroyed in any sort of debate surrounding China and Taiwan because he knows that he's on the losing side. And he can only do that. He can only try and get me on the defensive, and he can only make childish remarks because he actually has nothing else. He doesn't have a leg to stand on. And yes, it is total projection from Krusty, man. Just total waste of time that guy is. I'm not even. Next time I see him, you know, I film him because it's just funny. Like it is funny. I have this like weird curiosity with him, and I just want to film him because I know it annoys him. But next time, I might just like even just ignore him. To be honest with you, I just don't know if he's worth it. Just don't know if he's even worth the hassle. But it is funny ripping him. I do like making fun of him and mocking him because he's such an idiot. Krusty might be gay. He was so busy accusing others to prove his stand. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter, like, if he's gay, straight, if he's bi, if he's a trans, if sexual, if he's whatever, if he's straight, who cares? Who gives a shit? Like, I don't think anyone would ever want to be in a relationship with that jackass anyway, right? So whether he's gay, straight, or what, he's not getting any interest from anybody. Well, yeah, he does. He makes so much noise. Next time I might put on like a balaclava and put the Taiwan flag around me, and we'll have like a superhero showdown if I put Taiwan's flag around me. Being gay legal in China? No, it's not. Like, there's nothing saying you can't be gay in China, I think, but it's definitely frowned upon over there. It definitely is. And, some people here frown upon it as well, right? But it's like in China, it really, really, really is just, yeah, like it's a taboo thing, like it really is frowned upon. People would not like if you tell your family member you're gay, who knows what would happen in China if you came out as gay. Play gay disco music when he's there. Yeah, it'd be cool to have like a little superhero versus supervillain showdown. I'll be Taiwan man, he can be CCP man. Oh well, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't want to have anything to do with that guy. Actually, I've filmed him enough now. But he'll keep harassing my friends, and he keeps harassing Hong Kongers. And I heard that he's also, and this really, really pissed me off, but I heard from a source that he shows up to, like showing up at the protests. That's one thing, isn't it? That's like, okay, cool. You can come here, you can counter protest, whatever, no problem, right? I think all of the people that show up to the protest, they're they want to voice their opinion. They want to talk about politics. They're there to protest. Maybe they don't want their identity exposed, and in that circumstance, they'll cover their face. They'll wear a face covering, right? So if Krusty does film them, it's not such a big deal. But I heard that he even rocks up to these little cultural events that are put on by Hong Kongers, that are put on by Tibetans and Uyghurs. Krusty shows up to them and just starts filming people there as well. And at these cultural events, the people are not there to protest against the CCP. They're worried that they've got family in Hong Kong still. They probably travel back to Hong Kong. They might even travel back to Tibet. But he rocks up to these things with his camera filming people. And that is just disgusting. That is sick. This guy is he's fucking sick, man. That's all I got to say. I just want to know, who is he filming for? That is the one thing that I want to know about this guy. Who the fuck is he filming for, right? So yeah. Yeah, I think I did, but I think it was Dr. K that made him made him infamous because his video had like 2 million views or something with Krusty in it, so that's hilarious. But yeah, I think I've definitely made him more popular. Yeah, it was Dr. K that really made him infamous. Yeah, I mean, who else would he be filming for, right? It doesn't make sense. I'm not sure. I can't say with 100% conviction that he's filming for the CCP, but I could say that it's definitely a hypothesis, right? Probably is. Yep, that was my invention. I will take credit for that for sure. 100%. Yeah. And Dr. K just made that name more famous, which is great. I probably need to catch up with him at some point. Next time I go to London, I'll go looking for him. Who's worse, Krusty the Communist or Bowery Boy Bowman? I don't know. I think they're both as bad as each other. They're definitely as bad as each other. Yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. I'd say Krusty has more guts than that other guy, though, for sure. Some of you guys probably don't know who Mike is talking about, and I'd rather it remained that way, to be honest with you. Yes, it was. It was because it was like it was unexpected. It was a definite viral moment, wasn't it? It was just so unexpected for that to happen. It's the last thing you would expect to happen, the guy playing at the public piano, right? And yeah, it just inspired so many people. It was amazing. There's news, but I cannot prove it's true. One Chinese person with a Japanese passport lost his passport during the home visit. Oh dear. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They probably did take his passport from him. Yeah, man. We don't talk about that guy because he's just a tool, you know? He's not worth it. Well, yeah, look into that news. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah, guys, anyways, I am going to split. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, like the stream if you can. Click that stupid thumbs up button because it actually helps. YouTube's algorithm is really unfair and really biased, and I am just like in algorithm hell on this channel. So yeah, hitting the like button would help. God, I am getting like allergies. I can feel like I'm starting to feel like my nose is running and stuff. Just gonna drink this water. Ah. So yeah, hit that like button. Obviously, you don't have to, but it'll help me if you do. Subscribe to the channel. Go and subscribe to Team Taiwan UK, although you probably already are if you're subscribed to this one. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye for now, guys, and have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world.